Hey guys, and welcome back to another walkthrough tutorial for Crysis 2. This is Sudden Impact, the third mission on the campaign. I'm running through on Super Soldier, as you've probably followed my other videos. This part is really going to hurt. Oh man, seriously? Ow. Now there's a hit and run, and then there's a ship and run. That was painful. Right, what you do here is, for some reason I'm going slow motion, and if you follow the fight, they're just destroying the plane, alien ship thing. Yeah, one of those. I'm not exactly sure what the name, Seth ship. There you go. I'm not sure the exact name, but what you do is if you come over here, open this gate. Activate cloak, walk all the way over here, get him, assassinate that guy. You should go back into cloak, assassinate that guy, but move backwards when you've done him, because there's another guy. Where it is a guy under this door here. Some people tell you to go that way. Either way is fine, but I go into here first just to kill this guy because he's at the vending machine. Just to make sure a little bit more that one, you don't get killed from behind, and another reason is because it's just to make sure, really. That's what I do. It's mainly just to make sure I do. But there's a guy there, he's just figured out that I'm around. And that guy's just gonna get owned pretty much by... Oh no. Or it is hopefully my energy's recharged, yep. Walk over here. Usually I can do this without being caught, but because I've done a mistake. Whoa. Guess I know we're here. Oh no, oh no. Ow. Ow. Oh dear. This is the hardest part now. If you do get seen on this part, you've got to try and cloak as far back as you can and wait till they stop throwing grenades, or hopefully they'll throw them when you're not around. And if they do see where you are, just fire on that barrel which I just... there should be another... There should be no more guys around here. And I think on here there should be a special... Yep. Stealth Scarab. But loads of people put laser sights and stuff on the gun. I really don't. Because the main reason I don't put laser sights on is because yes, they're accurate and people say, oh, they're the best attachment to the gun. But other people, that from my personal experience, they're really not that good. Because, especially on Super Soldier, because you get shot a lot. Right, you just go over here. When my energy's... Where it is I'll just jump back out, show you where this is. Right, you come on that car park roof up there, you come down onto this road, and there's like a sewer thing. It's another one of them shortcuts, which I found. There's two entrances. There's this one here and there's one behind. But the one thing that I found is if you're going across like the open vents like this part here, always use cloak, because as I will show you on one of the other vents, if this actually works, if it is true, is like this vent. No, not that vent. There's one vent, and what it is the actual soldiers can see through the vent, and they'll alert everything. So as soon as you step outside, you'll pretty much get shot. But if you move around where I am here, you've got one truck up there, and you can take him down usually, like that. And it'll do it like that. And then I'll cloak again. Then you walk over here. This scaffolding. Well, the best thing to do is take out that guy first, because if you don't, if you run out of energy on this scaffolding, you're going to get obliterated. And they can shoot all they want at you, because pretty much there's not anything they can do at this moment in time. Some people usually jump down here, but I've found that if you go down this way, you've got a guy here, which you shoot in the head, this one. Then what it is you sit here, get your ammo if you need it, cloak, walk down a set of stairs, and there should be a guy right, if I'm right about, where are you? Where are you? There's usually a guy around here. Oh, it's there. I've come down a bit too quick for him. Assassinate him. And there's that guy there, but I missed my target, which is probably one of the worst things you can do. Shoot him there. Move back around. If you can do this without being detected, it's probably better. But if I do get detected, I usually try and make the best of a bad situation. So they'll still think I'm around there. So while they're occupied with me there, you run around, assassinate this guy. Then you shoot him, but which didn't kill him for a reason. That did though. And what it is you go through that window there and straight to the pod, and then run straight back in, like this. Run out. Damn it! You examine the pod, and run back into this building. You should have just enough energy to do that. And where it is if I look on my map, bottom left hand corner, there's a guy right there. Oh no, he's there. On Super Soldier, I found it best if after every single shot, if you reload, it helps a lot better, mainly because you don't want to be caught off guards when you're doing everything. So this jaw you will need. So if you cloak here, aim at the helicopter and shoot. There you go. That one's done. What you do now is you cloak on here, walk up, and you want to aim for this room here, because your energy zaps pretty quickly. Where it is, there should be no one around. The only person that's around is the guy up about there above you, and there might be a guy coming down the stairs. That's about it. So now what you want to do is you want to run around here, and you'll notice when you come around this corner, there's a guy there and a guy there. Ow. I'm going to die if I don't use my armor. Shoot him off there. This isn't really the stealthiest way you can do it, But if you open that, go into maximum armor before you do that jump, mainly because, ow, if you don't, it will hurt a lot, nearly kill you in fact. And most people just walk through this. If you run through and slide, you pretty much take a shortcut. Here you need to use your visor when you press up on the D-pad and you press X. And then you get gold saying, oh Jesus, it's a human. And then here is when you meet the aliens for the first time, or the Seth as they're known on the game, which is there. And then now you're apparently acquiring the alien tissue sample. But the guy is still there, so what you're going to do is you're going to shoot him. And it should come down to you and and probably charge at you. If he does, don't worry. One thing they hate, one thing you don't want them to do though, is to get too close, because the melee attacks are pretty much deadly. They hate being hit. And then you go power down while your suit's trying to analyse the DNA, which is a little annoying, which is all this overhead weird display thing. And then where it is because I got 100 points, I can either buy a heat tracer, which shows where the bullets are coming from, or you can get armor enhance, which reduces the drain speed of energy while in armor mode, but you don't need armor mode that much. So at the minute, that's probably the best one. You press right trigger to activate it, mainly because the armor mode's alright, but you don't want to be in armor mode too much, mainly because if you're in armor mode too much, you'll get detected a lot faster. So armor mode really is like a last resort. Let's go in nano vision just to see if there's anything around here. Dead body, armor, or ammo should I say. And you walk over here. And now I've got a checkpoint there. That is it for part 1 of Sudden Impact. Join me in part 2 where I'll show you the rest of the mission. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and comment.